Welcome to the Vintage Vibe Love Lounge podcast with your hosts Laura and Aneela, where timeless romance meets modern wisdom.
This is episode 3 of the Vintage Vibe Love Lounge. Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura Doughty, your East Coast connection, coming to you from the heart of New York.
And I'm Aneela Zaman, coming to you from the West Coast. Today, we are diving into a topic that's close to our hearts, the power of self-love in finding love.
That's right, Aneela. We often talk about the importance of self-love as the foundation for healthy relationships, but what exactly does self-love entail? You see it everywhere. It's kind of like a cool topic to talk about. But today I am excited that we're going to get down into some tips.
Self-love is about recognizing your worth and treating yourself with kindness, compassion, and respect. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and happiness independent of external validation.
Yes, absolutely. And when it comes to finding love, self-love plays such a crucial role. When you love yourself, when you set healthy boundaries and you communicate your needs effectively, then you attract partners who respect and appreciate you for who you are. I know with my meditations, my self-love practice that I do every morning, there was one episode with Abraham Hicks where she compared finding the love of your life or just, your soul mate, whatever language you want to use, to looking for a job or finding a car. I know that seems kind of crazy, but hear me out. What I thought was really interesting was she talked about how we go into so much effort and detail in our search for a job, let's say, or specifically, which is more relatable to me, finding a new car. And what's the gas mileage on it? What kind of tires does it have? Just the color, the interior, does it fit enough people? All of those things. And we do all of this research when it comes to those types of things in our lives. But when it comes to dating, sometimes we just jump in without doing the work on ourselves first. Yes, we all want to be more magnetic and attracting our true vibe, and that comes first and foremost from self-love. It also involves cultivating a positive self-image and embracing your uniqueness. It's about celebrating your strengths and accepting your, and I'm putting air quotes around this, your imperfections, because everything about you is perfection. The chances of you being on this earth were 400 trillion. It's an insane number. And it's so important for you to know that everything about you, your strengths, your things that you feel like you still need to work on, all of that makes you this beautifully amazing human.
That is such a good point and so true, Laura. Self-love is like a magnet. It draws in people who resonate with your energy and your values. When you exude confidence and self-assurance, you become so irresistible to others. And it is that thing that we can't really put our fingers on as to what it is, but it is that subtle change of knowing your worth, having your energy vibrate and resonating with confidence that simply attracts another to you.
So true, Aneela. And as we embark on this journey of self-love, it's so important to surround ourselves with supportive communities. That's why we created the Vibe Tribe. You can just go to findyourvintagevibe.com and you will find the link to learn more about becoming a part of our community, because they're in these supportive communities, whether you create your own or join ours, you can engage in these self-care practices and constantly challenge that negative self-talk that we all have.
Absolutely, Laura. And as a mature woman, it's important to recognize that self love is an ongoing journey. It's about continuously nurturing and nourishing our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, and showing ourselves the same love and kindness that we offer to others.
So good. For me, the thing that I have had to work on is the receiving end of things. So very well said, Aneela. Thank you. And I want to give our listeners our top 10 tips for cultivating self-love.
Absolutely love to share. And remember, self love isn't selfish, it's actually essential. By prioritizing our own well being and happiness, we become better equipped to give and to receive love in our relationships. For my top five, I'm going to say practice self compassion. So be kind to yourself, especially during challenging times. Treat yourself with the same greatness and, understanding that you would offer to a dear friend. That would be my number one, is that practice of self-compassion. Because so often we beat ourselves up and we're just typically very hard on ourselves. Number two, I would say always celebrate your achievements. Take the time to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they are. You know, you have to recognize your strengths and the progress you've made along your journey. So, don't forget, ladies, pat yourself on the back and celebrate your achievements. Number three, this one, it took me a long time to learn, but I am getting much better at this now, is set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that drain your energy or don't align with your values. Setting boundaries is an act of self respect and it allows you to prioritize your well being. So many times I would just say yes to everything and I would exhaust myself. And by the exhaustion, I would get upset at the other person. But it was really not about them, it was about myself and not setting boundaries for my own well being. So I know it's hard to say no, but believe me, it is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. Number four, I would say nourish your body. Focus on nourishing your body with nutritious foods, regular exercise, and adequate rest. You have to pay attention to how different activities and foods make you feel. And you have to prioritize those that contribute to your overall health and vitality and which ones don't. And I say this because for a while there, I would go out and socially drink. And as much as I love to have a good glass of wine or a good tequila, I started to know later in my 50s now that alcohol didn't sit as well with me. I would find myself waking up with having more sadness because, let's face it, alcohol is a depressant. And, you know, I wasn't paying attention to how it was affecting me. And slowly, as I started to cut back and clean up my diet, I noticed a shift in my own mind and how my energy was shifting. So I'm a big believer in nourishing your body with all nutritious, healthy foods and exercising and getting fresh air every single day if you can. My fifth tip that I would love to share is engage in self-care. Make some time for activities that bring you joy and relaxation. And that could be anything, whether it's reading a book or taking a long bath, practicing meditation. Me, I love dancing, so I'll put on some music and hula hoop or just shake my body around with some music. So self-care is essential for rejuvenating your mind, your body, and your spirit.
Those are all so good and so important. And once you've incorporated those first 5 tips, then let's try these. Number 6, practice gratitude. And again, all of these really can be a part of your 10 to 20 minute morning and evening rituals, just so we're clear. When you're cultivating an attitude of gratitude, I love that attitude of gratitude, by regularly reflecting on the things you're thankful for in your life, gratitude helps shift your focus from what's lacking to what you already have. It helps to foster a sense of contentment and fulfillment. And God knows we all need that with so many things that are going on in our world today. Number 7, embrace your authenticity. This is about, when we say find your vibe, it is a internal and an external thing. So when you find your vibe, and that is your authenticity, it's easier for you to be magnetic and attract, not chase, that counterpart of authenticity that is finding your vibe externally. So embrace your uniqueness and authenticity and honor your true self. When you accept yourself fully, including, again, quote, air quotes, your flaws and imperfections, you begin to really know and understand that that is what makes you beautiful. Number 8, surround yourself with positivity. Again, this goes back to the vibe tribe. You can surround yourself with supportive and uplifting people who celebrate your worth and encourage your growth. 1000% distance yourself from negativity and toxic relationships that undermine your self-esteem. For the people pleasers out there, this can get to be a gray or tough area, but if you put that filter up of no negativity and no toxicity, it becomes easier, because I'm telling you, when you close that door to that, it opens up so much more for you to create positive growth and love in your life. Number 9, practice mindfulness. I know in this crazy world of apps and the phone and just constant distraction, it can be tough to be in the now. But it comes down to staying present in the moment and cultivating mindfulness in your daily life, minute by minute, hour by hour, even if you have to set the alarm on your phone to remind you to just take 3 deep breaths. Something as simple as that. And the more that you do those types of now moments, you'll begin to pay more attention to your thoughts, the feelings that you have that come up, and the other sensations that come with those emotions. And you'll do that without judgment, which allows you to experience life more fully and authentically. And number 10, thank God this is no longer becoming like a weird thing for people. Seek professional support. If you are struggling with self-love or facing deep-seated issues, do not hesitate to seek support from a therapist or counselor. That is not your friend. It is someone who has been skilled in the practice of helping you through whatever you're dealing with. Because I can tell you, for me, this past year, I'm laughing because I'm overjoyed that I'm on the other side of it. But yeah, the things that I didn't know that I had just kept in the back of my life, not to ignore it, just because I can honestly say I wasn't prepared to deal with it. And yeah, it was tough. And professional guidance can provide valuable insights and tools for fostering self-love and healing the past wounds. And once you've started that healing process, holy Jesus, I'm just telling you, it is amazing the beauty that comes through.
Oh my God, Laura, so powerful, these 5 tips that you've shared. And I have to say, it's amazing watching you in the last year grow and deal with your stuff and come out shining even brighter with more positivity around you. So kudos to you for doing that and getting professional support and help and talking it through. I love the practice of gratitude. I have to say, I get up every morning, I have a cup of coffee, and I start journaling for 20 minutes, and it's all of gratitude. So wonderful, all these tips. I really hope that our listeners do try some of these tips that we've shared and do share with us. How are you feeling as you apply what we've just shared with you?
And I can't believe it. Here we are. It brings us to the end of today's episode.
We hope you feel inspired to cultivate self-love in your life and relationships. And remember, you are worthy of love just as you are.
As always, we so appreciate you guys joining us on the Vintage Vibe Love Lounge. And until next time, you love you. Stay true to yourself, be authentic, and find your internal vibe so that your external vibe will be attracted to you. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Vintage Vibe Love Lounge. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on Instagram at Vintage Vibe Match. Remember, love knows no age. Get out there and find your vibe and keep vibing with us until next time. Connect with us at findyourvintagevibe.com.